Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Outspoken Diva Tells You a Story. And I am Outspoken Diva, and this is whether it's fact or fiction, I'll let you know. And today we have a little bit of fact. Today, um, the comedian Faizon Love. His name has come up in recent times. Seemingly, some other comedians, Cat Williams and Country Wayne, I know have had some not so nice things to say about him. And it took me back to the days of when I was a ticket agent for that company that we're not going to call their names. We're just going to call them Ticket Conglomerate. And I know a few of you have wanted me to tell more stories about those days back when I told y'all about the time that one of the Astros, when I told y'all that one of the Astros fans cursed me out, and I had brought up some other things that had happened. Well, this one was not one that I brought, but I will tell those stories. Well, at least one of them. The other one I can't really tell it because I wasn't really there. I saw the aftermath of it. But anyway, we'll discuss all that later. But I'm not I've never heard, I've never known, I've never heard Faison Love's stand up comedy, so I can't say yeah or no if I'm a fan or not. I'm never a person that says no one is not funny. I can't stand that. I just feel like I own up to mine. I am not a fan of. I don't think, you know, they're not my cup style of, that's what I say about someone. But I am a fan of his acting, but I did have to stop following him on social media because I didn't like the way he spoke about Nicole Byer having a Netflix special. And yeah, and that's not just because Nicole Byer is I'm a fan of her. I mean, I really am. I think she's the my little little cousin or something. I just see, oh, I think me and her would have a good time. But but I just didn't like how he was downplaying her comedy special. So I had to stop following him on social media. But then I also, in the same respect, I don't follow Cat Williams or Country Wayne either. But when I heard you a fat phase on phase on live, that shouldn't be funny, but it was very funny because the funny part was it took me back to the days of when I was a ticket agent for that ticket conglomerate. I had a supervisor that looked like Faison Love, and he and I haven't seen him since I left ticket conglomerate to go back to school, but we were email friends for a while, but we weren't always. This was the time that had to tell off my supervisor. Okay, so we'll call his name is going to be Lee. Yeah, we're gonna call him Lee. We are not gonna call because I thought about calling him because people on the job, his nickname was the Showbiz Monkey or Showbiz Ape because he did look kind of like the ape from or some of y'all may know it as Chuck E. Cheese. Back in my day, it was Showbiz Pizza. But he was a trainer. Well, I know he started off as a trainer, but he was not my trainer. I was trained under this guy. We're gonna call him Bundy. Okay, and Bundy and Lee, I think Lee trained people in the mornings, and I know Bundy trained the evening people. People who I think I trained them was from like 5 to 9 or something like that. And me and Bundy were cool because that was my trainer, and I won't call Bundy homosexual, but I don't know. He never said outspoken diva, I'm homosexual, but because of I attract, I don't mean like attract, physically and stuff, but I have, people that are homosexual or homosexual presenting or effeminate presenting, I'll say. Um they're drawn to me. We'll say it that way. So I'll say that Bundy was homosexual presenting. Okay, so me and him were cool. That was not why him and Lee had a rival. It was like it was like a professional thing. Well, but Lee became my supervisor after the Astros thing, when I became a operator, Lee was the supervisor over the operators. Okay. Well, the area that I sat in were like the older people that were it was we'll call her Kojic, the grown lady. There's the grown lady Kojic and Mr. Perot. Okay. Okay, all of us sat in the same area, right? And then over to the side were like the younger people, right? It's like they were like high school, like as soon as school let out, they'll be over there, right? And like we all, well, grown lady, Kojic, and Parole were already operators. They might have been like 2 weeks before. I think grown lady had been there like a month. And then me, the high schoolers and I got there the same week. So, okay, cool. Well, sometimes, especially like on Fridays when you have to take your the test and training, if they call Bundy to somewhere or he had to do something, he would, if I wasn't on the clock just yet, or if I was, I no, just before I do my another call, he would give me, and I would watch his class so they wouldn't cheat, for the the test and stuff. They wouldn't be talking and stuff like that. Monitor. Well, okay. If he caught me before, like doing a break or something like that, um, you know, okay, I'll do it. Before I got back on the phone, Lee did not like that. Okay. And if anytime I was on, and I would just be, you know, moving calls, because as an operator, the people, when you're like on the automated system, there is someone listening to send you to the, I mean, it might be different now, but I know for Ticket Conglomerate back then, someone would be listening to put you into the different, spaces that you needed to be. Okay. Um, okay, that's cool. And I had a very good transfer rate. Most of us, uh, Kojic, grown woman, and Parole, we all had, and it was another guy. He was friends with Kojic. They we all had good transfer rates, and yeah, we would talk. Okay. The other side of the operators were the high schoolers. Their numbers weren't as high, and he was always fussing. Okay, no problem. Okay. So one day, the high schooler, that side of the room, well, of the row, their numbers were bringing us way down because they was all they were doing was talking. I mean, if you're gonna talk, you had to keep your fingers on, because you had to listen and talk at the same. You just had to. So he called everybody in with Brandon or B that day, one day, and they wouldn't go over our numbers. I had perfect numbers. I had 100% accuracy on transfer. And I still got the guy, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So that was fine. All right. The time it decided to get to a head. Okay. So I worked, because I was a college student, I worked bare minimum hours, for, whatever was the time period. I say, 4 to 6 hours a day. Okay. And I did not get there because you didn't have like, this is the shift and this is, you picked your own hours, right? Okay, so I get there after school, and then work my shift, my set shift, and then on Saturdays I came in the mornings, right? He wanted me there in the mornings. Well, I couldn't do that because I was in school, but just because I could get there on a Saturday on in the morning. Okay. Okay, so then he noticed my hours and stuff. And he was like, "You don't get no 10-minute break." I'm like, "Yes, I do." And I would go on and take my breaks and whatever, right? So one day, this lady who actually goes to my church now, she was, up, she worked in HR, and she was up where the supervisors are. There's supposed to be like this supervisor's desk, like it was, a big round thing. And the supervisors, sat there, and you could call when you call the help desk. No, when we would call the help desk, you'd be talking to the supervisors. Well, I was check. They had called, and then they also would call out your number. You signed up for when you check. When you clocked in, and you sign up for the break, and as they'll call off. These numbers, this number, this number. Come on break. So okay, they call my number. Okay, I'm going on break. Right. HR lady, and Lee is sitting up and standing there. He purposely looked at me. I'm talking now. Do people who work blah 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 many hours, do they get a 10-minute break? And she was like, yeah, they get one 10-minute break. And I don't think he thought that I was still. Well, I did find out that he did not think I was still there, but it's still shady after all, right? Okay. So okay, at that point, I'm like, I'm pissed. I'm mad. I'm like, okay, I don't have nothing to say. By then, also we had another supervisor. This guy, we'll call him Model because he did become a print ad model. Some of y'all have seen his stuff. So he used to model for like Kohl's and Dillard's and Macy's and things like that. I'm so proud of that guy. Because he worked real hard at that. He was also our supervisor too, and we chit chat and stuff, but as long as we was getting our work done. So okay, he by then, he's still trying to be chummy with everybody and stuff, he's trying to be chummy with me. But now you have now crossed the line. Cause now you're trying to make me look like seem like I'm a liar or something. And I'm like, so he'll be like, uh Model was like, girl, I just emailed you. I said, okay, I said when I get home. We were just, jokes and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, you got email? I'm like, yeah. You on Yahoo? Mm-hmm. What's your email address? You don't need my email address. We're not friends. What? He's like, okay, apparently there's a disconnect with it. I'm like, there is a major disconnect. So he's like, all right, on your break, can we talk about it? I said, we can talk about it now. I'm steady pushing calls. I'm steady sending calls to her. And he's like, okay. I'm like, first of all, I had 100% accuracy when B came in to check us and stuff like that. A whole row, and we still had to hear a lecture. Okay, bet that's fine. Good, good example, whatever for everybody who's not doing right. Okay, that's fine. But what's up with this? Do people who work so and so many hours, do they get a break? I said, like, I'm not standing there, like, I'm not taking my break, like, I'm not swiping my card. Oh, I didn't know you saw me. I said, it didn't matter if you saw me, if I saw you or not, it was still shady. It was still, I don't think the word was shady, but I was like, that was still messed up. You know, what's up with that? I said, then now you want to play nice? Mm-mm. Check back with me another day. I said, because that was very disrespectful. I said, you want respect, but then you don't want to respect your workers. I said, why would I lie about something that can be checked? I said, have I given you any cause for me to say that I lie? If I do my work on time, I'm getting you getting accuracy from me. Yeah, I'm hardly a problem. I say it's bad enough when Bundy asked, can I monitor his class? Uh, I mean, I said y'all got professional beef or whatever. That's fine, but when you start doing stuff like that, I say that's tacky. I don't like that. So okay. He was like, "Oh, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. That kind of stuff." I'm like, "Mm-hmm." After that, we didn't have any more problems. So by then, probably like a month later, the writing was kind of on the wall at work, and they were moving all our work pretty much down to McAllen. So by the time I was going back to school, they were going to be closing up shop. So that was still like 3 months before I left. But So on the weekends, if it wasn't like a big sales day, a lot of times they were sending people home because there was not a lot of calls coming through us, even the operators. Well, one Saturday morning, I get to work and I'm looking at parole and I'm looking at Kojic and cause grown lady didn't work on Saturdays, she worked on Sundays. Um, and I was like, "Where y'all going?" They was like, "They sending us home." I said, "He's like, your card went through." I said, "Yeah, my card went through." And here comes Lee talking about I know you didn't think you leaving. You barely, and I look and he, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you won't be leaving. He said, go on and it was, and I pretty much was the only one. I think it was two other, like one of the high schoolers. So, and we had to, be operators. And yeah, it wasn't a lot of calls. Well, then here comes, B. He was like, he let you stay? I'm like, yeah. Why? He said, well, he looked, no, B looked, he was like, oh, okay, now that's about the right amount. He said, but I'm surprised he let you stay because he said he been sending everybody else home that weren't high schools. I was like, interesting. Okay. I didn't tell B that, me and him had words, me and Lee had words and stuff. So, then in the middle of it, just happened, here comes Bundy and he's like, hey, I need help with my training class. They need help understanding the phone, but I just got called into HR. I said, well, ask, and I'm part of Lee. He said, yeah, let me ask him. So he's like, oh yeah, she can go. Yeah, yeah, we don't have a lot of calls. She can go. Okay, all right. So got to do all that. By the time I left to go to Lamar, that's where I was going. When I, quit to go to Lamar, me and him came out to be cool after all. And we did email, exchange emails and stuff. And he came out to be pretty cool. I mean, we don't email each other anymore. Like I don't know, it dropped. I mean, all that dropped off. I mean, I got busy. I tried to find him on social media. His name is not Lee. I think that might be his. Yeah, that was his last name though. But yeah, but yeah, that's the time I had to tell off a supervisor because yeah, you can't be being crappy and tacky. No, people y'all won't respect. Don't treat your employees like that. So yeah, so yeah, but yeah, he did look like Faizon Love. If Faizon Love had like a S curl, yeah, that's what he looked like. So yeah, that just reminded me of that. So yeah. Maybe another time I will tell you about the story about this lady who got arrested at work. I saw that one. Yeah, but it probably won't be the next time. But I'm gonna tell that story. Okay. Other than that, have you ever had a supervisor treat you crappy and you had to tell them off? Let me know down in the comments. On this post, I mean on this video, or on social media site that you see this on, except Facebook. Facebook, you get down here on the video and send the comments, or on the social, or on the email address that's in the description box. Okay. And other than that, talking to you in adult terms.